So let's continue.
Women as a conquest. Wow. Oh, I'm just having fun. Well, no. On the other side of that, a woman that you may not have told, oh, I'm not serious about you. I just want to have fun. You may not have told her that. So as a result, she is going to be bearing the pain of thinking that something was happening more than it was. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to write this book. For us as men to have a mirror and to say, wait, who do I want to be?
Yeah.
Who do I want to be? And for women, if you're dealing with the man who is making the decision that he doesn't want to be the better man, you now have information where you can do something about it. And that's why I'm excited about this book, because it's empowering. Where you don't just have to sit by and accept, especially as a woman. You can say, oh, now I can decode and decipher who this man is, what he's really about, and now I can make decisions to go in a different direction. There's power there.
That's awesome. And so one of the things that you talk about, correct me if I'm wrong, is you said like when you were single, you made a decision not to date multiple people. Did you?
Well, no, what I was saying is that in the book, even though, because see, I started waiting in my early 20s, but even though I was waiting, it didn't make me a great dater.
Yeah.
So there were periods of time where I did date more than one. And I bought into, the more the better.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. I wasn't always...
So you guys agree the more the merrier?
No.
Z.
Okay.
Z.
Well, it depends what you try to get. You're trying to have sex and have a good time.
Then definitely.
Lunches, sure.
But if you're looking for
You
something
try to have a serious relationship? No.
Okay.
honest with each one what I was doing. So that was a form of manipulation. And what I realized over time was that, yes, in those moments, it was fun. But long term, I began to see, oh, wait a minute. I'm leading these women on. These women are thinking something more serious is happening than there is. And I know that I'm not that serious, but they don't know. And what I began to realize is like, oh, here's the thing. I'm keeping them in a gray area because I want my fun. I want my pleasure.
Yeah.
The dog was leading those decisions, not the master. And so there was a vision that God gave me where I was about to get married. I was at the altar, and the minister said, turn around, and down the aisle were all the women I dated, but they were slain. They were cut open.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And,
scary dream.
Man, terrifying. Nightmare on Elm Street, okay?
Yeah.
God basically was communicating to me, do you think it was worth all of them to get here?
Point.
Heavy, yeah?
Point.
Because me, honestly, I think I've been in that whereby girls actually take things seriously, yeah? Like when guys, I don't know, I've been the point whereby girls are taking you too seriously. Mpaka you're wondering, are they owning any jokes?
I don't think them they're doing that though. So I think it's both, man. But just in a time and age where there's like a competition.
Yeah.
I think it used to start with guys.
Yeah.
It used to start with guys are the ones who started this thing because we are guys. We can do it. Trust me.
And we are like flirtatious in nature.
We can do that game better.
Yeah, we do it very well.
So, but now girls are also feeling like, unaweza fanya. So pia mimi naweza fanya.
Yeah.
But that's not a game that you can shinda a guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's we can emotionally detach ourselves from.
And even them they can. But
long term,
but
they'll
you can't
get hurt.
like.
I think girls take it a bit emotional. It's emotional. Emotional.
It's gonna sting more
than
in that aspect alone.
Yeah.
Because there's also stuff that if girls do, it will sting more for guys.
Yeah.
There's that stuff. Like we're different. There's places where we have an advantage. There's places where we have a disadvantage. Like chicks, don't enter a manipulative game with a chick. Don't ever try.
Oh, I didn't know.
Don't ever try and play that. Like that's why for guys you're told, you just be who you are, and like cheza kama wewe and stick to that.
Yeah.
Don't try and play a game that you're not. That's not you.
Well,
like to get a chick.
Yeah.
That's not your game. Hiyo ndio game ya madem. That's why you have chicks. The chick can be living Kibera. You see her Instagram, you're like, I'm gonna marry this chick, man. How many times have you seen? Yeah, how many times have you seen chicks and you're like, and for guys, we're like, someone tells you to live in Kibera, I don't care. It's jolly. I need that chick.
I need a yeah.
You think when a guy does that, what happens? You're called a fraud. If you live in Kibera and you start posting things as if at you call a sereni, nini.
Swindler.
Yeah, niggas will be like, this guy, we saw him in Kibera, man. So there's some games don't play.
You can't beat chicks.
Yeah, don't play.
Okay.
Don't play with my daughter's hearts.
Don't play.
These are my daughters. And so what that did was it startled me, and it brought more responsibility into my dating life. Again, didn't mean that I didn't try to find the right person.
Yeah.
And even after having this particular,
You guys think there's the right person? When this guy.
I used to, but not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore. Like a soulmate.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
this
don't
whole
think it's
thing of
one.
the right person. Like everyone is always looking for the right person to marry, the right person to date.
I think it's not a.
Can you create your right person?
I don't think it's a person like one.
Uh-huh.
I think it can be many people,
That's true.
because for me it's the values. Like
I knew you were going. I knew
you
you were going to
knew
say
I'd
that.
go, yeah.
Bro.
It's the values,
It's
and many
values.
people can have those values. You're not the only person.
That's true.
Yeah, you're not the only person.
So as long you and the values align, that's kind of the right person.
There's because even let's just take looks.
Yeah.
Do you only like a chick that looks one way?
No.
Even in the way you like, which is exclusive.
Yeah.
For example, let's say you like light skins.
To spec.
Bruh. There's light skins that look different,
Yeah.
and maybe you like all of them.
Mhm.
So would you be told you need to just pick one? I mean, yeah, you do need to pick one, but if someone asks you out of all these light skins that you like, you just have to pick from that group. Like there's no there's one and that's it. So if it's like that for looks, for values, like it's just if you find someone that's physically attractive to you, and the values align, you can make it work with that person.
Yeah.
Which is why I think God is against divorce. That's why he's against divorce.
Okay.
Because he believes, you can make it work.
Mm.
He's not telling you can make it work with a toxic
As long
person.
as you're committed,
Yeah, he's not telling you to commit to a toxic person. He's saying, if you guys have the right values,
and that's him.
yeah, you guys have the right values,
Yeah.
your values align, then the only reason it's not working is you all now are not fighting for it.
And I think also if you guys put like God at the center, the thing of center of your relationship,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that also plays a big role.
A
Because
huge
now you're
role.
relying on him instead of relying on you two
On yourself.
nature. You, what happened? What changed?
Easier said than done. Easier said than done.
Yeah.
What changed about?
The right person.
Oh, no, I like how Fred has explained it. I think for me, what I didn't like was the whole soulmate thing.
Okay.
Like, do you believe that there's that one person for you? That's what over time. I don't know. I experienced what I experienced with the people I experienced with.
Oh, that was, you felt like they were the right person for you.
At the time, yeah. And then whatever happened.
Yeah.
And later on, I was like, just one person for you, like your whole life, your whole 80-something, 90-something year old life that you have on earth didn't make sense.
It's also the chance of finding that person. Bro.
Yeah.
And me, what I think even the problem with the biggest thing that arises from that mentality is, again, when you start going through troubles with the person you're with, it's so easy
To bounce.
to be like,
He's not
the right one.
I'll just wait.
It's not the right one.
Right person. I'll just
Yeah,
wait.
he's not the right one. And
Yeah.
imagine you'll find the right one.
Oof, and there's a preacher. There's not really a preacher, but there's a woman who talks about. I think she's a preacher even. There's a woman who talks about to other women. Some girl told me that the woman said she's like 32, and there's a time she thought she found the right person, settled down with him. He was the right height, nini, body wise, nini. Until a point where she reached, she was just like, she told him that I thought you're the right person, but seems you're not.
What did he
So
do?
just wait. She didn't really tell me the whole story about what happened to him and her, but she felt like this guy is not really the right person. So she told him that I really believed and thought you're the right person, but seems like you're not the right person. So I'll just keep
Here's the
on
worst thing about that thing.
like,
Hata madema wajuangi what the right person is. It's a feeling.
yeah.
It's a feeling. And that's why it changes.
Until life smacks you in the face, you're like,
That's why they do stuff
Yeah.
and it's like it just happened. You lose a dem, they tell you,
yeah.
I don't know.
But do you know
It just
what?
happened.
Do you know what? There's a
Because
guy,
it's a feeling.
there's a
So
guy.
you make them feel like that.
Yeah.
Now jabit.
Mm.
And you make them feel like that. Guess what? You're showing signs of the right guy. And then also it evolves as they change. Again, what I tell guys, kaa tu kiwewe. Don't chase like the trend of what do chicks like now. Because even for them, it changes. When they are teen,
They're mid.
when
20s.
they are in uni, When they start working, when they start getting older, when they want kids, the thing evolves. It really does. So imagine if you're playing the game of trying to catch up to that.
You'll be like 30 yearing, you're just chilling.
That
you're
and
like a 19-year-old.
on top of looking like the grass is greener on the other side, kwa neighbor, where you're always looking, and it's like I keep saying, there's always someone better than you, there's always someone worse than you, always, in everything, always. So imagine being in the game of finding. That's essentially the game of finding the right guy. You're always trying to look for better. In this issue of relationships, that's not the goal. You can't play that game. That's the goal. That's the game you play for personal growth.
Yeah.
That's why you play that game, not in picking partners, because my guy, there's always a better person.
Always.
And like I usually say, the grass is greener where you water it.
Yes, teacher.
You have to water it. Like even the grass you're seeing that's green there, it's been watered.
Yeah.
Revelation, I still dated women and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But it made me more intentional.
Yeah.
And also it made me more responsible. So there were some women that I could have dated, but after that vision, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it because I know that this is not the right person for me. I know it's not the right fit. It would be fun to hang out. It'd be fun to go to the movies with her. It'd be fun, for us to just, not worry, throw caution to the wind and just hang and have fun. But I know at the end of the day, I don't mean her any good relative to a romantic life.
Yeah.
As friends, cool.
Yeah.
But I don't mean her any good. So it actually deterred me from doing that.
Okay.
And I look back now and I'm saying, I'm happy for those choices, because sometimes as men, especially when it comes to women, if a woman is interested in us, a lot of times men just say, hey, well, she's interested. Hey, I'll explore it.
Yeah.
Right. But just because she wants us doesn't mean that she's for us.
Okay. So first of all, I get confused about this thing of finding the one even to date sometimes. Because I think I've been caught in this hurdle in my mind, whereby she's nice and pretty. You'd want to date her. You'd want to date her, but there's just something. You're just like, Z.
I don't. For me,
Because that's what has been happening in my head. Because it's someone I'm like, why aren't you? This girl she's showing you attention.
what experience do you have with your gut feeling? Would you say your gut feeling has been right majority of the time, or wrong?
My gut feeling.
Yes, your gut
right.
feeling.
It has been right
Generally speaking, not just in relationships, just generally speaking.
in life.
Like
Yes. When I follow my gut feeling.
Yes.
It has been right, and the wrong time it has been lessons. It has just been like something like maybe I should have done it faster, earlier, nini. But most of the time it's right. I actually believe in my gut feeling.
Then, okay, how many times have you listened to it
Yeah. when
making a decision about a lady?
A lady. It's not most of the time. not most.
And how did those relationships end?
They didn't go well. Man. Cause it did with my previous one. The gut feeling really helped because I felt like I'm actually there. But now the others like to answer for kadeli kanini hapa pale huku hapa pale. Those ones I haven't followed my gut instinct. I've just followed my desire. The desire like to dominate, is it to have her, to whatever. So I follow that desire. That one that nikukupata neza kum. So that's the kind. But now you see these days it's like I'm trying to think. Like sometimes you wonder why this girl is giving you attention. She's fine, she's good looking, she's pretty, but you're like Z. But when you think it, so I get to wonder: is this a thing of? Is it fear? Sometimes you can go through traumatic things of people or just fear. Sometimes childhood fears, some childhood fears. So that's the thing I tend to debate with myself. So I'm wondering, should you just give it a go even if inside you're feeling like Z? Like, should you just test it out or should you just continue that lane that you are in, whatever you're doing, but neglecting this part?
Sawa. Because I'd be like, based on your question, just follow your gut feeling. If you meet a sweeties and she meets all the qualities, but then there's just that something that it seems off.
But you see, you guys have said feelings. We should leave feelings.
Well, gut. I wouldn't consider the gut as the fleeting feeling that Fred is talking about. That gut, I feel, is deeper. It's deeper. I
It's
don't
almost
know.
like a truth.
Yes.
And you almost have to ignore it to continue.
Yes. It's difficult to explain.
And me, I would say the gut is not there to. It's not there to make decisions for you. It's there to help you.
Make decisions.
So just because you have a gut feeling against something, you could be wrong. But what it's communicating is bring it up. There's something to talk about there. Dig deeper. So you see, the fear comes in when you feel like you have to gamble. You feel like you're gambling. But that's because you're not communicating.
To who?
Whoever you're found like he said, the example you gave, you found someone but you have a gut feeling. Like that's negative. Like you're like something about that. Just tell her. Bring it up.
What if it's someone you want to start dating?
Yeah, bring it up.
You bring it up.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh shit! I thought those are
that's-
things
You're trying to
talk
date.
That's the communication you were talking
That's
about in the
communication I'm
previous
talking
video.
about. Because
yeah.
what if you're wrong? What if you're right? Actually, both ways.
Yeah.
What if you're wrong? What if you're right?
Okay.
What if you're going with your gut feeling and your gut feeling is like from you said, what if you bring it up and it changamshas that person? To be like, oh, that's how you're, oh, Isa. Or, oh, no, me, that's how I am. If you don't like it,
Bounce.
me, that's how I am. And that's the thing that people are afraid of because you feel like it's tricky, man. You feel like if you say it might be ignored, it might be you lose. Better to lose then than 10 years down the line of getting married and you've been ignoring it's also unfair for the other person. It's very unfair for the other person for you to be feeling something and you don't tell them. Why is it unfair? Because with time, that feeling turns into an expectation. It grows into an expectation. You can never have a feeling without an expectation. Even if you try and act, no, he's not done anything wrong. But the way you're feeling is like he's done. It's not you, it's me, but I'm breaking up with you. So it's you, but I couldn't tell you because I've not. Like, ni wewe tu unafikiria hizo vitu, but because you've not given the other person a chance to. It's like you've done a trial without them even.
Yeah.
You've just judged them. You've told them that's how it is. Ujasikia saidia yao.
So
For them to tell you, for them to confirm or deny. That's why even the judge has to ask you, do you plead guilty or not guilty? Even if you have evidence. Why do you ask them? Do you plead? To know how you can work with someone, because that's willpower is a very important thing in human beings. After I've caught you, what are we waiting for after we catch someone? Are you like, me, I didn't. It's like, hey, I can't work with that human. You can't continue with this human. Why? Because they want to deny outright.
And they're not giving you something.
Yeah. So, I would say bring it up.
Oh, life lessons, man.
Bring it up.
All right. Ronny, anything else you guys want to say before I close?
Not really, man. Me, I have a problem with this generation of ours.
You mean the millennials?
The
or
millennials.
The Generation Z? Me, I'm in a different generation.
So sad, man.
The Generation Z, I don't even know. I have no words. For the millennials, maybe because that's the people I've grown up with. Just seeing at this age, at 28, 29, seeing how they're reasoning and doing things in relationships, and you can tell at this age, you can tell what someone went through in their childhood.
Oh, for real?
At
What's
this,
what?
What someone went through in their childhood.
Oh yeah, it starts coming out.
It starts coming out. So
At 27, 28.
okay, like for me, that this is when I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Because I'd see Fred do something. I'm like, why is Fred doing this?
Yeah.
And then I look at his family, the family setup, and what happened a couple years back, and I'm like, that's why. So when I talk to Fred and ask him, do you know that happened? He's like, yes, and I'm working on it. That's good. For friends I've talked to, and you're like, do you know
They're
that happened?
oblivious.
They're like, oh, I don't know. I didn't know it happened, but mi ni
Hizo ni
mwanaume.
vitu- hizo ni vitu.
Yeah, hizo ni vitu za nini tu. And then they end up treating women vibaya or treating themselves badly, or they mess up relationships.
Yeah.
So I would urge people to be aware of their family setup when they were younger, and just
And how it
monitor
has affected you.
and how it affects you.
Because
And-
it has.
yes, it has, and deal with it now.
It really has.
Find a way to deal with it,
Yeah.
so that you can treat the lady you meet. Do simulate mashida. Don't bring them problems that you can deal with.
Yeah, don't make her your therapist.
Well, it depends. What if she's an actual therapist? Then sawa.
Because I hear also so many women complain of guys being like they are not dealing with their issues, so now the girl is like their therapist, where they pour out all their emotions and issues.
Well,
I also have an opinion about that.
hiyo ni shida. I mean that side
opinion about
applies. Like even ladies come.
Aren't we supposed to be? Us are supposed to be the therapist for women by default.
Uh-huh.
But also, you know, there are some guys who. Let
me tell you. Funny, I don't know why it's like this.
Fred, you have 2 minutes. 1 minute.
By the way,
1 minute
him
to
was
summarize.
finishing him.
Sorry.
It was him was finishing.
I'm like, I'll take over now.
Unajua Fred anapenda kuongea sana. No, but I'm done.
It's
I'm
true,
done.
it's
I'm
true.
done.
Napenda kuongea. In these settings.
Yeah. So guys, I think we'll leave it at that. Because you guys see we have so much, man. Subscribe to this channel, man. You guys, we are bringing it a lot of value. Hoping you're bringing a lot of value for you guys. So you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to our channel, because we release videos just like this every week and you don't want to miss it. Thank you for watching, and comment below what you think about our points and which point
Don't grill me too much. Relax.
and say what point actually stood up the most, man, and who sounded smarter today. But I'm joking.
Of course it's Fred.
So cheers, man.
Aight.